That is smooth.
I'm out in the workshop working on reconditioning these shelves. These shelves are about 80 years old. I don't like doing things manually. So what I've been doing to get this old paint off is I run them through my thickness planer. There's really nothing wrong with this wood. It's already cut to size. I know it fits. So that's why I'm choosing to scrape the paint off and repaint them and put them back in. You can see it took the high point off there, and they're just going to put it through a few more times until it's all back down to clean wood. Think rolling? Huh. Thought I actually turned the camera off. And I didn't. So what I'm doing is I'm pouring this primer into this spray cup through this this rag here as a filter. Well, here it is. HomeRite Finish Max Super. Used to be the extra. Now it's the Super. This is just straight Kills 2 primer. I didn't dilute this at all, didn't thin it, I didn't even run it through a cup to see. I did spray it on a piece of cardboard, dialed the, gosh, can you see that? Anyways, this little dial here tells you how much paint's going out. I'm going to put this on, so here we go, let's see what happens. Piece of cake, man. And that's a really good finish. And that's, oh, we can take this off. There's hardly any overspray at all in here. That looks pretty darn good for just raw wood that came out of the thickness planer there. Now the video footage you just watched was just a practical everyday situation where I used this paint sprayer. And a lot of you who have been following the channel for a while know that I bought this, I don't know, several months ago, maybe even longer than that. I think the first job that I used it on is when I built that kind of pantry cabinet bench thing. This is where I assembled it and painted it right on this wall here. And I was going to try to use my airless, and it just was not going to work. I was frantically scouring the internet trying to find an alternative. I had a Harbor Freight high volume low pressure, you know, the one that's got the box and the gray tube. That would not spray paint at all. It sprayed lacquer okay. That wasn't going to cut it. All my research led me to the HomeRite Finish Max, and it pretty much saved the day on that painting project that I had for those cabinets. I've been using it ever since, as you know, because it's been in a lot of my videos. Well, HomeRite caught on that I was using their product in a lot of my videos. They approached me and said, hey, we'd like to sponsor a video the next time you use one of these things. And I said, okay, sounds good. I want to do this because a lot of you have purchased this HomeRite Finish Max Extra, or this one happens to be the Super. I'm not sure what the differences are, but I'll leave a link to the HomeRite website in the description, as well as a link to Amazon where you can purchase this and read the specs and all that. For this sponsored video, I'm going to do a little bit more detail on the process that I use to paint those wooden shelves. Now, if you're interested in a closet shelving video, this one really isn't it. I have another one coming up that's very detailed about some really nice custom closet shelving. That'll be out. I can't hold myself to a schedule because I can never meet it. It'll be out sometime in the next month. But that is the closet shelving video. This one here is all about what I use to paint everything with. As you noticed in the original footage of painting these shelves, I didn't have a good strainer. So I get these cone-shaped mesh paint strainers, 4-packs for 98 cents at Home Depot. Not every Home Depot carries them, as I learned when I went to go back out and get some. You buy 3 or more, they start taking 15 cents off. And I mean, it's pretty darn cheap. When you spray paint, you have to have clean, clear paint. I'm actually gonna put this back in the bag here. So you don't want any contaminants in your paint, or else it'll cause bad spray pattern. When I sprayed those shelves, I used a rag. It was just during the primering stage, so I knew I was going to sand it anyway, so I wasn't too concerned about what it looked like. And all these products that I'm going to use, as far as the strainers and the paint, is just off the shelf. Nothing fancy. Stuff that you can go buy anywhere. Oh, I knew it. Couldn't growl at it enough. Let me get a rag. Okay, let's see if I can channel the force on this thing.
1, 2, 3. Come on, go! No, it's not gonna go.
There we go. Okay, hopefully I don't drop a whole bunch in there. Now, I'm not sure why it's green. I did use this on the soffit and fascia job from last November. Ooh, it's a little on the lumpy side.
Stop whistling, Handyman! Don't want to hear you whistle no more.
Just got a little bit of paint in there. Kills 2 primer. So as you all know, safety is my number 4 priority. So I will be wearing this nasty respirator. Make sure there's no bugs in it. We got this dial here. This dial's, I believe, the needle position on the that controls the flow of paint. So you're going to start with it down at the negative and slowly increase it. You're going to spray a piece of cardboard. Also, this thing here has 3 positions. There's a horizontal position, a vertical position, and then there's the diagonal position. I believe the diagonal position sprays out like a circular pattern. So that's really fine on the diagonal positions. I like that. Now let's paint some wood. Now this is just a piece of plywood. Not sure what it is. It's this piece of scrap from something. It's going to be a light coat. There it goes. Two passes, 1/3 overlaps. I'll let this dry and sand it and do one more coat of primer. As many of you know, the first coat of anything has an effect on wood. When I mean anything, whether it's paint or stain or a clear coat, it raises the grain of the wood and you have to sand that smooth. It's going to take some 120 and lightly go over this. We're just knocking down the highs of that grain. Now I just Since I'm in the workshop, I'm just going to blow this off. Now it's time for another coat. Oh, that almost fell. As you can see, the tip has dried paint on it. And all I'll do is take a rag and clean that off. One of the next most common questions I've gotten about this sprayer, just in past videos, is, well, how easy is it to clean? So I'm just going to take you through my process. You'll let the excess drain out of the gun. I take both of these to either a sink or a hose and just start hosing them out. So that's what I'm going to go do, and I'll be right back. So just hose this out, and this nozzle here, pickup tube, this comes off, hose that out. You can also take the tip off. It only takes a few seconds, and well, it's pretty darn clean. But you can clean in there, clean this thing out. This little red tip comes off also. Here's another tip for your tip. When you're screwing this back on, make sure you pull the trigger, or else this here will be twisting up against this tip, or needle tip. So pull the trigger while you're screwing this in, and then you can let the trigger go. Most of us are just regular people. Most of you are homeowners. You're not elitist paint snobs or anything. You go to your local Home Depot and you get a gallon of Behr Premium Plus, which is kind of on the higher end of what Home Depot offers. And you just got white. You want to paint some white doors, some white closet shelving, some white baseboard, anything that's white. You go in and this is what you get. What do we got here? Interior. This is just has to be an eggshell. Ultra pure white, 2050. Now you're going to take this to them and say, I want it beefed up. And if they know what they're talking about, they will beef it up for you. See that? There's an actual term, beef up white. What that is they're just adding more white to this base. And that gives you more solids in the paint, so you get better coverage. Alrighty, 1/3 overlaps with regular wall paint on the flattest piece of wood you can get. That's one good thing about latex paint, especially when it's about 90 degrees, is it dries fast. So this will be the second coat and final coat. Okay, I'm going to try to give you a close-up. Of course, white is kind of hard to see. It just looks white. This, keep in mind, this is an eggshell sheen, so it's not supposed to be glossy. This is a really, really good finish, especially since I didn't treat the paint with any thinning agent or a retarder to make it flow out more and take longer to dry. Good angle. That's it for this video. Again, links for everything you need to know about this. I still got to clean it. Yeah, I got to clean this before I put it away. That's another big thing, is always remember to clean your sprayer before you put it away. So I'm going to do another tool video. 2 tool videos back to back. The next video is all about the tools that you told me to buy, and some that you didn't tell me to buy. It's a total of about $2,000 worth of tools and tool related things. You're not going to want to miss it, and maybe one of your suggestions is something that I went out and bought. Man, that is smooth.